You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today, I'm excited to get started on this Motivation and Mindset Monday. I really liked and really enjoyed recording last Monday's podcast for you. If you didn't tune into that, please do so. It's episode 163. You can just go to stephencabral.com/podcast, and you can see all the previous podcasts that we have done. But that one to me meant a lot, and that's because you have to understand that when you go to see a naturopathic doctor or a functional medicine doctor or begin your own natural protocol yourself, that you have to not look at it just from a physiological perspective. That means your body. You have to look at it from a psychological perspective as well. Both the mind and body work together. They work in unison. And when you get them both on the same page, that's when true healing begins to happen. That's when those amazing breakthroughs happen. And that's when really the miracles happen. You have to look at that. So really important. Please do tune into that episode if you haven't done so. But today, let's get into another topic that doesn't get discussed enough, and that's because people are afraid to talk about it. And on the Cabral Concept, we will talk about everything. We will really get deep into it. I will give you always my experience of having worked now with thousands and thousands of clients personally, but also over 200,000 one-on-one appointments and clients that we've had in our practice really over the past 20 years. So I want to share this with you. And that's this topic today, specifically people coming in, but again, never sharing it, never talking about it, of how alone that they feel. So there's just sometimes this isolated feeling that people get, meaning that no one really understands them. They either don't understand the weight loss struggles that they're going through, they don't understand the stress that they're going through, they don't understand the wellness-based issues that they're going through, the pain-based issues that they're going through, and that no one could possibly comprehend or understand where they're at in their life right now. And this leads them to not feel as connected with others because they feel this isolation. They don't understand, and this is really important, that everyone out there, everyone, no matter who it is, no matter what great facade or face or mask that they put on, that everyone is struggling with the same thing. Everyone feels there's something about them that no one else could truly understand. That it's their fight, their challenge, that it's their thing that they have to live with, their thing that they have to deal with, that again, no one could possibly understand. But what happens is, this leads us to believing that we're all alone, that we're unique in some way, that we're experiencing this thing that no one else knows about. But I have to tell you right now, that no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what weight loss struggle, what wellness-based struggle, the pain, the suffering, emotional or physical or spiritual, that someone else, and again, most likely millions of other people, but you just don't know them, or they haven't told you about it because it's their inside struggle as well, because no one talks about this. They're struggling with the exact same thing as you. I know that's hard to believe, and I would say for at least, a decade, that I didn't believe anyone could possibly comprehend what I was going through. How could anyone understand that I couldn't walk up more than 6 stairs without my heart racing to like 150 beats per minute, my legs literally filling up with lactic acid, and I'd have to sit down? I never saw anyone else in that condition, right? And the internet wasn't really around, so I couldn't type it in, and I couldn't see that there are millions of other people, that there are chat threads, that there are forums dedicated to exactly what I was going through, right? And so now we can look online and we can say, oh, someone else gets this, someone else is dealing with the same exact things. But the truth is, most people aren't willing to talk about it. And so again, you feel this isolation. You feel that it's lonely. You don't feel that connection that we all need as humans. But I do want you to understand that no matter what you're struggling with right now, not only are there millions of other people struggling with it as well, they understand you, they feel your pain as well, but that you're not alone. And the great news is this, There has never been an issue, a disease, that someone, so a major disease, that someone has not found the answer to, and that someone has not recovered from and beaten. And that's really important to look at. Because when things look their darkest, when things look really bleak, we believe that this is it. This is the end, that life isn't really worth living, that there's no point really going on. But the truth is that because you're living in the present, right? And that's important, right? You're stuck in that moment. But what you don't see is the future because, again, no one can see that. No one can interpret that. But what you have to do is, again, you have to use what I talked about in the last episode. You have to use this ability to set a goal for yourself and say that this is not it. This is not the last chapter for me. That I will get well. That although I'm dealing with this right now, though I'm struggling with this right now, and though I don't know anyone else that's dealing with this exact same thing right now, is that I will find a solution to this. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week, and it might not even be a year from now. But I will figure it out, and the great news is this. This is what I always say. Once you figure it out, share that with others. That's what makes it worth going on. Because sometimes it's not just about you, right? Because sometimes you just say, I don't even care anymore, right? You have this apathetic moment where you're just like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I'm just not going to beat this. It's really not worth going on. It's not even worth thinking about. It just is what it is. Well, that's that apathy that sets in when you've struggled for so long. And I understand that. And I've been there myself. So it's really important to realize that, again, I've been there. Others have been there. I'm now talking about it for the first time. We need others to talk about it, right? It's okay to talk about it. And the great thing is this. It doesn't have to be just about you. Go through the motions, right? Put one step in front of the other. Start to look at what might potentially work for you. Start to eat cleaner. Exercise a little bit. Begin walking every day. Maybe do a detox-based protocol. Again, work on the psychological factors as well. Begin to set goals for yourself. Understand that the transformation doesn't have to happen tomorrow. And then journal this. It's a nice way of doing it. Just some notes so that you can share your struggle, but also your victory when it does come about. And also at the same time, understand that life and achieving our goals is not a direct line to the top. It's not a perfect graph that shows you at the bottom where the struggle is to the success at the top. There are ebbs and flows. You're going to have some really high moments and then back down a little bit, and another high moment and then back down a little bit. But each month, I want to see some progression. That's the big thing. I want you to figure out, sometimes through trial and error, what works for your body and what doesn't. But again, stay focused on your goal. Stay focused that you will recover, that you will lose the weight, that you will improve health-wise, that you will improve both mentally and physically, and then you'll be able to share your success with others, which I really believe is what it's all about, right? This is why I got into natural health in the first place. It was never a goal of mine when I was a little kid. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I want to become a doctor. I want to, do all of these things. I always did love teaching. I will say that, but it wasn't this field specifically. What happened was I had something when I was younger that no doctor could figure out, that no blood test could figure out. So now I'm just simply sharing that with others. I want others to have that same success. But keep in mind, what I had was no different than what you have. Your symptoms might be different, but our struggle was the same. And I honestly believe that although people's symptoms are different, many people are struggling. They're fighting against something, and that leads to that disconnectedness. I just want you to know that you are not alone. You are not. Although many people do not speak about it, everyone out there is dealing with something right now, and that's nice to be able to take solace in. And the reason is not that you want to see others struggle, but to realize that everyone has something going on. Everyone is struggling with something. So again, put one foot in front of the other. Every day is not going to be your best day, but you do have a goal, and your goal is to improve each and every day. And then eventually you will get well again. You will be able to share that victory with others. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into another Cabral Concept. Are you ready to heal yourself and then go on to heal others? If so, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute can help you discover proven functional medicine protocols that blend the best of 7 different healing disciplines from around the world. I personally share with you the exact handouts and protocols I use in my private practice that enable people to get well, lose the weight, and live longer, stronger. I want to pass this information on to the next generation of health coaches, and that is exactly why I created IHP. We are the future of the health coaching industry, and the skills and knowledge you will learn will make you an in-demand certified health coach anywhere in the world. Although we have many medical professionals taking the IHP certifications, no experience is necessary, and half our members have no previous health certifications. At the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, our motto is a health coach in every home. Our goal is that you take this knowledge and then share it with family, friends, loved ones, your community, or in a practice where you create a career you love and can be proud of. The global IHP community is filled with some of the most kind and caring people in the world, and we can't wait to welcome you into our world soon. For more information or to set up a discovery call with one of our IHP Health Coach graduates, simply head over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org.